The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Something huge happened, and I thought it was only going to really affect parents, but it was this. So Bluey dropped a surprise episode. They thought that the season was done, Shaun. Everyone thought that they had watched The Sign, where apparently everyone cried because Bluey was thinking about selling his house. This is a cartoon dog, by the way.
By the way, it's a cartoon dog. You're well said there, Nath. I read it in today's paper. It was big enough to make today's paper. I don't watch the ABC, so because I call it Channel 2. And I don't ever watch a show on there. So for me to find Blue would be almost impossible.
I love how Shaun will not watch it. Will not. You know what's something that's really funny
Channel
that popped
2,
up?
mate.
You know when they preview what's new on Netflix?
Yeah.
Last night they previewed The Dressmaker. One of the only movies.
Oh, my God.
It's one of the movies. So it was Kate Winslet, and we had to go and see this preview of The Dressmaker, right? So it was about this chick that makes dresses. In like a little country, like in a little shack in Australia. And Shaun literally, I think we were probably 25 minutes in. Shaun walked up and said, I'm not watching this. And he just walked out. And we had an interview.
I couldn't deal with it.
But I get the Dressmaker would divide some people, but apparently anyone that watches Bluey, they absolutely love it, Shaun.
But obviously you have to have kids to be able to sit down and put them in front of Nath.
Well, this is one of the comments. This guy, after finding out that Bluey was dropping an episode, he says, "Folks, I gasped so loudly my wife thought someone had died."
What?
This father had seen that there was a surprise Bluey episode called The Surprise, and he was like, oh, and his wife thought that someone had passed away. That's how primal his reaction was. Sam, come over here. Sam does all of our digital stuff, and you don't have children.
No, I'm trying. Hasn't worked yet.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, what you and Conrad are doing isn't going to make a baby. But you keep giving it a go, slugger. I just don't think you're going hard enough. So I was thinking, right? Yeah. There'd be people out there that watch Bluey that don't have children. I don't get it. I'm gonna give it a go. But you watched.
So, yeah, I've never seen another episode of Bluey before other than The Sign. I just wanted to jump on the bandwagon. Yeah. And I actually didn't even watch the whole episode. I just watched 10 minutes leading up to the kind of apex of the sad bit. Yeah. And I still cried.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Did
I think
you
I was
connect
having a
with
really
it straight
emotional
away?
week. Well, yeah.
Well, you and Conrad have been trying to make a baby. It just hasn't been working. You've been Googling. I don't understand why.
It was the music in it. So, and they had these kind of like slow-mo scenes of them like looking around the house, and I think it's something that everyone could relate to, like moving out of a house you don't want to, or something like that. And like you just kind of felt for these cartoon dogs.
Cartoon, because we're the same, right? So if we're going to watch a cartoon, which we've done over,
it's going to be Family
years,
Guy.
It's
going to be The Simpsons. It's going to be something like that.
Yeah, 100%. So for
it's
it
not the Family Guy or The Simpsons, is it? Or South Park?
There's no swearing, none of that kind of.
No, it's like 100% a kid's show, and it felt like that. But there were definitely moments where I was like, "Oh, this is for the adults." Like that part is for mum and dad.
Would you watch it now?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
But was it sad? Yes.
All right. I'd like to find out.
Sam.
I'd like to find out 13 24 10. There are people listening right now that watch Bluey, but they don't have children. All right.
You couldn't be doing that, could you?
Well, they're out there.
Okay.
I think if you watch Bluey and you don't have any children, let us know. Also, maybe we'll open up as well. If anyone partakes in anything that is usually for children, but they do it themselves. My brother used to buy baby food because he loved it.
I've heard of adults doing that as well because they can get them those pouch things now.
Oh,
and you
Harry.
Squeeze them in.
Harry loves the pouch things.
Yeah, well, at 4 a.m. when you're just desperate to get anything done before getting to work. Yeah. I had to grab some 2-year-old's yogurt, my nephew's yogurt, out of the fridge. I had no choice, a little pouch.
So he'll be screaming his box off this morning, starving.
Yeah.
My English breakfast tea has breast milk in it.
That's mine. I filled it up for you.
It came out as powdered milk.
I she heard that. That was great.
She wouldn't. She's in bed now. Dad will tell her when she wakes up. First, we want to find out if you don't have children and if you watch Bluey, right?
Righto.
That's the first thing. Secondly, if you love something or partake in something that is just for children and you have no children, need to discuss this. Hi, Alicia.
Hiya.
Hey.
Hey, Alicia.
How many children do you have?
0.
Talk to me about Bluey.
So I watched it, but I kind of cheated because I got into it because I'm a private nanny, so I watched it with them. But
Okay.
I've gone and watched a few episodes by myself and with my partner, like the latest 5 episodes. Too long to watch with the kids that I nanny for, so we just watched it together.
You and your
just gonna do
partner.
it- yeah, right.
What does your partner enjoy it too?
Yeah, they're the one who suggested we watch it.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
So, is it good?
Is it good? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we both really enjoyed it.
Sean,
We're going to give it a go.
I'm going to try Bluey.
No, you need something with swearing, mate. You need something with,
I'll just invite
some
Dad over.
dark humour. Because he'll be swearing at it. Hey, Alicia, I want to ask you, being a private nanny, have you worked anywhere? I know a couple of people who have travelled overseas and become nannies. Have you done anything like that, or have you just done it in Perth?
Yeah, I've done it overseas. I worked for 2 years in the UK and 2 years in the US. Couldn't pick the worst time for the US, though. I went end of October 2019.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow, okay.
And do you who's better? Is it people that you nanny for overseas or Australians? Who treats you better?
All of the families that I've worked with have been treating me really wonderful. So.
Oh, yeah, you're due for a monster family. I cannot wait. That's when you call us back with your stories.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alicia. Julie's in Belden. Hey, Julie.
Hello, Nathan.
Hi,
Hey,
sweetheart. Julie, we're talking
Jules.
about people that don't have little toddlers around that are actively watching Bluey. Are you one of them?
Yes, I am. I have one daughter, but she's 33. And her and her
And
partner
she
come
loves
over,
it. Yeah.
Yep. And her and her partner come over for dinner every Monday night, and we watch Bluey together.
Well, you're all adults. You do.
Yes, we're all
What do you like about it, Julie?
Oh, it's so funny. It's one of the funniest things you'll ever see.
Is it really?
There's an episode called Granny Mobile.
Yeah.
You've got to watch it.
Granny
Do nothing
Mobile.
else. Granny Mobile.
Okay, so let me get it. So I'm guessing that Bluey's family were looking for a new car, and then it wasn't cool enough, and it looked like a granny's car.
No.
What happens?
No. There's somebody who's having a garage sale, and the 3 kids, Bluey, Bingo, and Muffin, their friend, start playing with a granny mobile.
What's a granny mobile?
What was the Granny Mobile?
Oh, one of
Well, the
those
gopher thing.
scooter things.
Yeah,
But-
scooters.
Oh, a scooter.
Well, that sounds like a real laugh. No, Julie, I will take your word for it.
Well, people get together to
you gotta
watch
watch
maths. So
Yeah, they do.
I suppose this is nice.
Hey, we've been joined by Caitlin Bassett, who
She's
just
here
come
already.
in already.
I left my keys last week, so I just come to collect them
Great,
and then
fantastic.
go. Okay, so we only 2
Are
seconds.
you a Blue Watch at all?
No, but I'll put my hand up and say I'm a person that pretends to have kids so I can order off the kids menu at restaurants.
So do you take a small jacket and put it over a chair?
So I just go, that's my kid, and point to a random child.
And then
Where do you go?
Yeah, it's cheaper, especially if I just want a small meal, like Hawaiian pizza. I just want a small Hawaiian
Can
pizza.
I say something
That makes
first, though?
sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that off limits for us if you aren't a child?
I think they're the rules.
Amy, you've
not-
got kids. Can an adult order a kid's meal for
No.
themselves, or is
No.
it frowned upon?
Yeah.
But what if you've only got a kid's stomach?
Yeah, it's the fact that you have to eat that food with the plastic knife and fork that always gets me.
Go sit at the kids' table.
You got the in your your knees.
And then it also is really embarrassing. I've done it once with Sean, and Sean's like, "Open up, there's the plane's coming in the hangar, zoom, zoom, zoom." And that was a bit embarrassing, but it was
still
a
ate
cheap
it all,
meal.
didn't
Cheap
you?
meal. Thank you, Julie. We're going to go to Roz in Lesmurdy. Hi, Roz.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good,
Great,
Roz.
Roz. Our minds are being blown by the amount of childless people that are watching Bluey. Are you one of them?
Oh, absolutely we are.
Tell me about it.
Well, many, many years ago, we were babysitting our grandchildren, which didn't happen very often in those days because they lived on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
They really needed to watch Bluey that night and up a little bit late. So my husband and I were there watching it, and thinking, where's this show been all our life? Like, we were laughing, cacking ourselves.
What?
I know, right? They moved back to the East Coast, and we still watch it.
You do not by yourself. So you and your husband will will you sit down and have dinner while watching it? Paint the picture. Paint the picture.
No, not really that. If it's, like, we're footy freaks anyway, so come winter season, there's not a great deal of time for it, but come summer, sitting down there, not really getting into what's on television and think, let's watch a Bluey episode. And then it turns out to be 1 Bluey and 2 Bluey and 3 and 4 Blueys. It's hilarious. And our 26-year-old daughter, who is our youngest now, also watches it. So
let's watch a Bluey.
God,
I mean, most think that's porn, but
I'm sure your husband has binge watched a Bluey from time to time.
Binge watching, I like that. That's a
this
good
one's
call.
got a bit more dogs than the other one, isn't it? Well, that's amazing. I'm going to give it a go today.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm going to give it a go.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? The reality TV has been going for so long now. Contestants have become judges. That's exactly what's happened. And you know what? About time for this woman. Masterchef Australia season 16, 7:30 p.m. on 10 and 10 Play. You can catch it out. And Poe joins us right now. And about time.
Yeah,
Poe.
I agree.
About time.
Oh, guys, what an introduction. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching it now. I feel like we've come. You said a full circle, Nath, obviously, but no, I feel like I can trust Poe being on the TV, and if she's making a comment on people's food, then I'm right behind it.
Shaun, you've hit it right on the head there. It is the trust that Poe gives. Poe, as soon as you came out as as a little celebrity TV chef straight after your season, you weren't spat out as a contestant. You were spat out as a TV star.
Oh, mate, thank you. That's too much.
Okay, I'll
all right, let's cut it down. Time to cut it down.
Now let's open up the phones. What do you hate about Poe? 13, 24, 10.
I've got an important question for Poe. What do you think of the boysenberry?
We just discovered the boysenberry.
Oh, boysenberry. I like it. No, you know what I don't love fresh is blackberries.
What's wrong with the
What
blackberry?
are you talking about?
It's weird. I feel like they taste a bit like ants.
Oh,
do they? We've got a
Isn't that
blackberry tree at my mum and dad's. The kids go wild for it.
wow, because blackberry is an important part of my trifle.
Okay.
No. I
Your
feel
nana
like
food.
when you cut it with other things, like there's cream and other flavours, it's great.
Yeah.
But I find its own, if you make jam with it, but on its own, I'm finding it a bit anti.
You know what, though? But we were just talking about, because they seem to be ram and boysenberries in all the ice creams lately, right? And we're like, no one's in reality has ever eaten a boysenberry by itself, because you don't go to the shops. They're not there. Like, you would have, Poe, because you're around, like deep cuts of food.
So we did hear that it's because they're too temperamental. Is that the case?
They're fragile, Shaun. They're very fragile.
Okay, I have a confession to make.
Yes.
I've never tasted a fresh boysenberry.
So if Poe hasn't done it, then none of us ever will. No.
I feel
I
like
don't
it's
even think they're
Nordic.
real.
Like, you'd be able to get it somewhere in sort of like Nordic, but not here. Yeah.
Oh, so our
I
best
don't
bet's
know
like
anything
Aldi
about
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
They all get different crap from overseas, don't they?
Poe, how great is it being on the other side? You're a contestant once. Now you get to be the judge. Do you look back on the contestants and think, wow, I can't believe that was me? And how much better is it to be a judge these days?
No, I'm there. I'm with them. You should see how much trouble I have just like keeping focused on being a judge, because I'm just thinking the whole time what I would make, even though I've just presented the challenge.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how much of a twit I am. I think because I've spent more time as a contestant thus far.
Yeah, okay.
So I've done 2 big seasons that took me almost to the end. So 5 months since, and I've only done this for 5 months. So I feel like I'm still more a contestant than I am a judge at the moment. So I'm very much in their shoes. But I think that's why I think that's kind of my niche in that judging panel, is that I can empathise with them and I can just sort of see what they're doing, and I know exactly what's going on in their heads because I've been there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, Poe, I'm not quite a MasterChef level, that's for sure, but I bang out some dishes I've got four kids, my family, my wife, so I change it up regularly. But Caitlin and Nathan here, they will cook one meal. They were just discussing between each other. They will cook one meal, say, at the start of a week, and then they'll eat that from Monday to Friday. Thoughts?
Oh, okay. So I do that.
Yes, suck it, Sean.
Oh my God,
face.
Poe!
Because for me, right? Like for me, when I'm at work, right, and I love my job and I'm very lucky to have it, but I do equate this for being to being in prison. So during the week, I eat like I'm in prison. Nothing fun, just stuff. Nothing from the commissary.
You don't deserve it.
You know what I mean? Like like literally like the gruel they slop on my plate. And then on the weekends, that means the special treat meals that I have because I made it to the weekend. There where I have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, you're gonna go all out and indulge a bit.
Yeah. Now, what's your reasoning?
Well, my reason is very weird. I spend so much time recipe testing. I sometimes, and also I live on my own, so like I tend to lose my appetite when I cook. I never cook fancy meals for myself. For me, what floats my boat is so boring. Like I will just grab a seasonal veg from my the farmer's market and just roast that. Bit of lemon, salt, pepper, maybe some butter sometimes because I'm feeling a little bit,
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
But apart from that, I mainly love cooking for friends when they come over. So that's the only time, or family. Apart from that, I'm so boring, and I love getting out the pressure cooker and doing a little bit of meal prep. I love it.
I don't have a pressure cooker.
I love slow cooked
Caitlin,
meat.
are you the same? Because you're just cooking. It's only you and your partner.
It's just the two of us, but I think for me, I've always had a very regimented diet, and so it was always what's going to help me perform.
Caitlin was an Australian netballer.
What food can I tolerate? And so for me, I know what food works best with my gut. I know what food I don't like spicy food. So I'm very picky when it comes.
What's this week's meal?
So this week's meal, oh gosh, what is it going to be? So I love teriyaki. I'll eat a teriyaki something, whether that be fish or beef. I will always have like a frittata, so something that's got lots of veggies and some egg in it. And what else do I make? A poke bowl sometimes, but that's it. I'll eat that every single week.
Hey, Poe, you know how you live alone? Be honest with me, because I've eaten many meals just over the sink. Right, to
oh my God.
save washing the plate, and also sometimes I don't even pull plates out. I'll just have what I'm having for dinner on a piece of paper towel.
Mate, I am terrible. I can't tell you how much I started to eat out of the pot.
I've tried eating out of the box. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, I'm so feral. And also, I do eat over the sink quite a bit. Like,
me too.
I feel like I'm becoming more feral. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think it's feral. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's feral. I do think it's sad.
Poe's going to go with feral.
It can't be feral if you're eating above the smell of Palmolive.
Feral is romanticising it too much.
Oh, Poe, you know what? I'm really stoked that they finally have asked you to do this. It must have been such a great honour. Did that request blow you away? Were you like, oh my God, like bring you to tears?
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have.
Yeah, I got all weird and paralysed. Like sort of, oh God, as in like, oh my God, this is just too big time. I can't cope. And you know what's really weird? So many people in my life have said to me, oh, if you ever get offered the job, would you do it? And I was like, I'm not going to get offered it. Just stop. And it wasn't that I was I didn't have any sort of weird thing about it. I just didn't think it was ever going to happen. And also, of course, like, have to premise this with the fact that this only happened because of a very sad thing that happened to Doc passing away.
Yeah.
And so it's just so strange, like how it's happened. And like I like, just in case you haven't noticed, I love being a bit of a goofball.
Yeah.
And I just was so unsure whether that was the energy they really needed.
Of course it is. They want 100%
They've been missing it, mate. They've been missing it.
Yeah, they want you to go crazy. They want to call the police. Poe, when you're in Perth next, I would love to invite you over to my house for dinner. I have a double sink, and then both of us can have one of the sinks each. What do you think?
I love it.
Okay. Poe and I, double sink date. Can't wait.
I'm in.
Can't wait. Well, we're so stoked for you, mate, and this is going to make Masterchef even better. Season 16 kicks off tonight, 7:30 p.m. on 10, or you can catch it on 10 Play. Thanks, Poe.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, guys. That was a lot of fun, and thanks for your support. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
you're
good
a
on you, mate.
legend.
Take
Bye,
care.
honey.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Guys,
Yeah, man.
getting stuff for free is so exciting, hey?
Woo!
But getting stuff for free when you know you're not supposed to be getting that thing for free, that is the jackpot. That is eureka.
It's like
isn't it?
sticking it to the man,
Don't
isn't
you
it?
think it is like sticking it to the man?
Yeah.
I cannot believe that this wasn't like all over every news cycle. But something happened recently in Sydney Star Casino. Ever been there?
No, can't say
Oh,
that.
it's so tacky.
I think I walked out of there one night.
Who decides the carpets at these places?
They're all the same, aren't they?
They're just insane. It's like a crazy person designed a carpet and someone goes, yeah, let's weave that and get that into production. It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely leftovers.
So Star Casino, they have a bit of a glitch happening with their ATMs. They've fixed it now. It was going, I reckon, for a couple of months, but people only caught on to the fact of what was happening about 2 or 3 weeks before they had solved it. So let me read this out, right? And this is gamblers, criminals and homeless people were lining up at this thing. 43 people in total took advantage of the machines there spitting out free money. In total, the machines dispensed $3,219,420 over 13 days. Let me tell you what happened. A software glitch occurred in machines that pay out tickets with barcodes showing gambling winnings. Now, gamblers discovered if they fed in more than one ticket, all of them would be paid out, but a single docket would be kept by the machine. The others were spat back out, allowing them to be redeemed multiple times.
Okay, so to start with, you had to be a winner. You had to have a docket, and then you put it in the machine, and it gives you the money.
And then it gives you them the tickets back, and then you just do it again.
Only if you had 2 tickets, though. So if you just had 1 ticket, you put it in, it'd give you the money, nothing.
Yeah.
You had to win twice.
Yeah. And then it would just keep spitting out the tickets. So there was a young lady who has a bit of a gambling problem. She was told...
Not anymore.
She was told about
cured.
this. She got a phone call. Her friend's boyfriend showed her how the machine works, and they were handing out cash.
Yeah.
So she had a bit of a relapse. This is her relapse. She spent the next 10 days milking the ATMs. She slept in a seat. She used them 34 times to take out $57,265.
Did that money go straight back into the casino? I feel like this is just a loop.
She only spent $5,000 of that money at the casino because she got so tired. She fell asleep on the machine one day that she had to get a hotel room. So then, she must have lived it up and got some room service.
Fantastic, you would too.
I tell you what.
$57,000.
Now, all these people, the police are pursuing all these people.
Ah,
yeah. So she got caught. They're looking for all these people. But that is the pinnacle, is to be getting something to free like this machine. In Kalgoorlie, there was right outside of Hannon's Food Mart, there was the phone box, right? And back in the day, no mobile phones. This phone box was hot to trot. Like, there was someone in there making calls all the time. Sometimes there was a couple of people lined up. People lining up outside of a phone box, by the way. How hilarious.
I know.
Someone mustn't have emptied out the machine, so it was full, and that person must have been away for a couple of months because that phone box was giving out free phone calls, and oh my God, everyone in Kalgoorlie knew, and it was like a mob outside of Hannon's Food Mart waiting to line up to make STD calls.
Yeah. Exactly. Not just drug dealers this time. It's just everyone's just taking advantage of it.
That is amazing.
Nate, there was a couple of years ago, there was down at Coburn off Armidale Road, there used to be just a unmanned petrol station. It was first put out there, so you'd have to go and swipe your card, put in the amount, and then you get your petrol dispensed. So on the board, it was supposed to say that the petrol was $1.68, and instead the decimal point was put in the wrong place, so it was ended up being 16 cents, 16.80 was
so
the idea.
16.8 cents.
Yes. So that's what it worked out to be. The first person who comes along, obviously... See, this is the thing. How many people do you tell? So the first person comes along and ends up filling up, and that's all it costs them. And then, obviously, they tell someone. And next thing you know, people are down there with jerry cans and boats and tractors and the whole lot.
Oh, you dig up your pool to take it down there to fill it up.
Of petrol.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. It's telling someone else about it. Like, it would be obvious. As soon as there was a lineup for people at that ATM in the casino, everyone would be like, nah,
hey, what's going on
here?
Yeah.
It's like when you're driving around, sometimes I look, and if there's a restaurant with a line around the corner, I'm like, boom, I want to eat there. Like, that must be some good food. So a line for me is automatic red flag warning signs.
Did you were listening to a podcast that had something similar to this?
So when we were driving across the Nullarbor, it was called The Glitch, and I was trolling through trying to find something because I love true crime, my partner doesn't, so I was like, what can we find that we're both going to like? And
Bluey.
Apparently. Anyway, so we found something called The Glitch, and it was about a guy who lives in regional Victoria who had an ATM, and if he went and got money out at a certain time, it wouldn't charge on his internet banking. And so
it was just free money.
It was free money. So and so he kept doing that, and it went on for months and months, and it destroyed his life. Like it changed
sounds
his
horrendous.
life. It does. You think that?
I know, just non-stop free money.
So he worked it out. He had to get money out from a certain time, so it had to be between 11 p.m. and midnight. So he could only do it between that hour. So imagine every single day. You couldn't go overseas. You couldn't go anywhere. If you wanted to get your money, you had to go down at that time to get the money out of the ATM. Like, he ended up dobbing himself in. It's an amazing.
He dobbed himself in?
It's an amazing podcast.
Because he
Go
couldn't
and
stop.
find it. Because so much other stuff in his life was affected. It was an issue. So
Wow.
Wow.
I don't think the people we're going to speak to next are going to have an issue with what happened. We want to talk about glitches or machines that are accidentally giving out stuff for free, whether it be an ATM, might have been a vending machine, a glitch in the software. Oh, these are going to be good, and I'm going to be so spewing I wasn't part of them.
Jason's in Canning Vale. Jason, does this ring a bell to you, mate?
It sure does, guys. How are you?
Yeah, good,
awesome.
Jace. All right, I'm excited, Jace. What did we get?
Mate, pretty simple, but we were stoked. I used to clean my car all the time down the car wash in Southern River.
Yeah.
And went down there, put my $2 coin in. You know, you get your 2 minutes or whatever it is for the $2. And started washing my car. I noticed went to put another $2 coin in. The time hadn't gone down. I thought, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Kept washing my car, going through all the little selections.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I'm like, this is unreal. I've done this for a week. Normally cost me $25 a car wash. I rang me mum, rang me dad, rang me brother, rang all my mates. Next minute, there's a whole line of bloody cars behind us. It's unreal.
That is awesome, Jace. And
He rang Melbourne Mazda, told him to get the fleet down there.
That's it. Load them up, boys. Load them up.
Because, Jace, if you want a longer car wash or want to use the equipment longer, you got to keep putting money in, correct?
That's it, mate. Yeah, $2 gets you. I think it's 2 minutes or a minute 59 or something. Yeah.
Oh, mate, you would have had every foam, you would have had every wax, you would have had every finish.
Got his legs waxed. Is that good?
Oh, mate, he would have sucked the entire interior out of there with the vacuum cleaner. God, that's good. How long did it go for? How long did this last for, Jace, until they called on?
Well, I don't know, because we ended up leaving. All of my mates came down there. We probably washed about 10 of my mates' cars and my mums and dads and brother as well. And I don't know, it just kept going on. So we ended up leaving. I just went back, told everyone, don't put money in, it's free.
So it still could be to this very day,
Mate,
do you reckon?
Imagine.
What was that car wash?
Yeah, we'll get the address off him.
Southern River.
Thanks, Jace. Alicia's in Banksia Grove. Hey, Alicia.
Hi.
Hey, so we're talking about glitches or machines that gave out something for free. What happened?
So a few months ago, we found that if we went to the zoo, there was a vending machine closer to where the monkeys were, not right up the front, and it was giving away free ice cream.
It was giving away free ice cream?
Yeah, you'd put in one, and we'd buy one, but then you could get multiples after that for free. It was just stuffing them out.
What ice creams were there in there? Were there, like, good ones?
Yeah, there were, like, the trumpets. Like good ice creams and Magneto.
Oh, Magneto. Would I go as far as to say they'd have a Magnum in there? They wouldn't have had a Magnum. Yeah. They had a Magnum?
They were the good ice cream.
Yeah, she said it, Nate. She said it.
Yeah,
Wants to be clear
we are
about
talking
this.
about paddle pots and splits in this one.
Alicia, how many ice creams did you decide to have a crack at then?
We had a few, and then we told some mums around us with little kids. Like, don't go for that one, go for this one.
It's great.
It's the Robin Hood behaviour of it, isn't it, afterwards? It's not only getting it for yourself, but then also giving it out to the community, which makes you not a criminal.
So, Caitlin, if you come across an ATM, are you telling other people?
Do you know what? I wouldn't tell other people, but I would Robin Hood it. I would use that money for good. The glitch guy, he paid off a few people's HEX debts. He helped people start businesses. So maybe I just become a philanthropist and start helping people.
But you need to, with an ATM, because there's so many cameras, you need to, once it happens, right, so it's happened the first time, you need to look, you don't look alarmed, just walk away like you're never going back there again. Then put a balaclava on and limp and change your height, because then otherwise they're gonna see who you are, Sean.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Anyway, just a little bit of criminal tips there. Michael's in Secret Harbour. Hi, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Michael.
Good, Mike.
All right, so we've heard of a car wash. That was pretty good. And we've heard like of a vending machine with ice creams, giving out free stuff. What do you got for us?
We had an ATM.
Woo!
Oh, this is what we're talking about to begin with, Mike. Where did you find this and what was it dispensing?
We were out clubbing one night. It was back when I think I was 18, give or take. And someone was going around the club saying that ATM down below was spitting out 50s instead of 20s.
Oh. Are you kidding me? 50s instead of 20s.
Whoever restocked it put the $50 in the $20 notes. So if you withdrew 80, you got 200. I also think Monopoly, banker.
Oh, imagine.
So obviously you were reinvesting it in the same club, though, Michael would have thought.
Yeah, I think that's who told everyone.
So how much did you get out?
Luckily, I was broke, so I only got the 200.
Yeah, I was about to say, you needed money in your account.
Don't you reckon? And that would be just your luck. You've got $22 in your bank account.
Like, So I had $80, so I got 200, and but it ended up costing me down the track.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you have to pay that money back?
Yeah, I got knocked on the door about 2 years later.
Oh, they got you. They got you.
Yeah, but luckily, because I only did it the once, I was let off. But there's others who I heard of who did it 20, 30 times.
They're repeat offenders. Yeah. Of course, they'll seem as
criminal behaviour. Strategic, don't you? You got to be strategic.
Remember a while back, and it was I think one of the roads down south. All that money was on the freeway. Remember? And people were stopping. Oh, God, I'd love to come across that. Just money on the road, and everyone just a grab.
It's not your fault for it being there.
Yeah.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.